What's up, guys? It's Eric here. We are VOD reviewing the SEA Regional Cup from Jazlatte's perspective. We have watched Jazlatte before. Very solid player. This is game 3. Jazlatte had some rough games, game 1 and 2, so I wanted to just hop into game 3 because I don't know. I mean, I could go back and review the games, but I'm lazy, and ideally I'd like a game that is interesting. So yeah, we're gonna go from here. Brawler start, potential Infinity Team start as well, and a Pike and Chop, but who cares? And yeah, he's just holding onto these Infinity Team units and potentially these Brawler units. Hold onto the Kale and GP, maybe Duelist opener. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the Chain Vest could become a Locket. If you want to play around Duelist, I mean, yeah, there you go. If you really want to. I don't know how good Duelists actually are right here. Wow. I mean, on this patch, isn't this Three's Company augment quite strong? Just because of the possibility to like Reroll Kaisa, and just like have the ability to just like win the lobby from there. So I feel like this is quite good. You have one rod, like you could go like JG Kaisa. It's not bad, or if you just hold the rod into something really good. What's up, Lentil Soup? So yeah, I kind of like this. I don't hate the other options though. I don't know. I haven't really found a comp that loves Battle Mage that much. A Viego comp in the past used to, but like that's not really the same comp anymore. And then this just seems untakeable from here. So it's either this or Reroll, I would say. I feel fine taking this though. But we'll see. Ooh, a lot of people hard committing from this spot. Okay, he's gonna take it. Yeah, and then you just sell those 2 units is fine. All right, off the rip, hits double Duelist, so he does a 4 Duelist opener. Also Nar plus Shen. I don't really want to play this into Nar plus Shen, so I guess you're playing 4 Duelist opener. But imagine. Ooh, he's actually gonna play Gadget here? Really? Okay, I'm like, there's no shot. There's no shot Gadget is your strongest board. And then Locket Slam if you need to. And he makes the call that he does, which, yeah, looks like he does. And he's going to go for it. All right, so he's in a Duelist line for now. Doesn't necessarily mean he has to play Duelist forever. I would be interested in making 10 here, huh? Yeah, definitely. Just sell that stuff off. Beautiful. It's a Fiora as well, which is just a better unit than Kale. Love it, love it. And just, like, having this Fane. All right, he's going to check admin, but I'm just, like, not even interested at all in what this is. Because, like, how are you playing admin this game? Yeah, he just immediately sells it off. Good to check. But yeah, come on. Let's be real. But yeah, so he starts off with Duelist opener. Doesn't mean necessarily that he has to play Duelist the entire game. We'll see if he ends up actually like super angling for that. But I mean, either way, it's a strong opener, especially with the Locket. The main thing is that he has slammed Locket, so like you'd ideally play for Duelists with that. If he can hit a good augment, if he can hit a spread shot, he'll be very happy. So yeah, seems reasonable. Ooh, okay. And the double level here. I mean, if you think it's gonna swing the fight, I think it makes a lot of sense. This fight doesn't look like it's gonna be swung by an extra unit here. But I mean, it's also fine. You're still making 10. He's actually so rich just because of Three's Company, which I mean, that's what you do with this augment, right? You hit 2 recross to stabilize your board, and then you use the rest of them to end up making econ. Like that's like the most reasonable way for it to be played. He's the last pick here. I don't hate the Renans, I guess. Like another Rod, it's not necessarily bad. I kind of want to get a Last Whisper if I'm playing this comp. But yeah, we'll see. Because like I don't know. I mean, theoretically, you fit in Morgana, I guess. Ooh, okay. I mean, this Sivir 2 is pretty fake though. Like, you're really gonna play Sivir 2 on this board? He also opts to just actually frontline everything, so he sacks Locket value. Oh. Oh my god. He actually just straight up goes for the Bebe level because he has 6 duelists. Wow. And it actually looks really good here. Like, I mean, it's a big spike for his board, and this board that he's fighting is not weak by any means. Not sure if it did end up mattering, like, end up completely swinging the fight, but I mean, I love it. It's some aggro TFT play, and if you can keep your streak here, then you're in a really good spot. And it's also like, this is the perfect time to do like a Bebe level, like go level 6 here. Because he has enough gold to do it, 1. And 2, it is actually like a really big spike hitting 6 duelists on this board. Kind of crazy that I mean, after you hit the 2/3 cost, it's actually pretty easy to natural all the other duelists, I guess. So, makes sense. Now he's going to fight this random board with like barely anything in it. So, obviously he doesn't need the level here to win, but yeah, I like it. Very aggro, and I mean, if you Reroll a TF, you can just play it on your board over like Kale, and it's very good. So yeah, Baby level means going 6 at 2/5. Baby level just means aggro leveling. Bebe leveling is like a 2-2 going level 5 or like 3-2 going level 7, because that's just how Bebe plays the game. He will just level in. I mean, that is definitely a Bebe level scenario where like you have a really big spike that you can make by leveling. It just puts you at a really low amount of gold, but he knows that like if he can actually play for streak here, he's in a really good spot. Holding on to these supers, actually. Interesting. I mean, I've seen they use Suo comp. Use supers. You would have to hit 2-cost augments here. You do have Yasuo pair, and to like potentially like, I don't know, BT Titans maybe, half of each, you know? So maybe there's some idea of playing the Yasuo comp here. If he hits, we'll have to see what the augment is here. And it's also like free to hold them, right? Like you're not making 40 here. Right, and he does, no, wait. Yes. Because the other one is 22%, right? This is the Yasuo carry augment here. I would actually taken this augment at, like every time I see someone playing this, it's taking it at 2-1, but it's actually, it says it's even better at 3-2. Wait, this is, yeah, because Spirit of the Exile is 22%, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm down for it. You have Yasuo pair, you have good items for it, just makes you to Yasuo 2 immediately, and he is actually just gonna get supers in here and start rolling. Wow, okay, it's Lee Sin 2. I mean, yeah, I like the roll here. And I mean, now you've hit like basically everything. He's like Kai'Sas just to deny them, maybe? Oh my god. I mean, you're gonna have to end up selling these. But yeah. Alright, so he immediately pivots into 4 supers here. Partially, I mean, I think partially just because that's what his late game board wants to be. And now that he's hit like these 2-star 2 costs, he just sort of like has to play them on his board over like, you know, these random 1 costs. Gotta make 20 here, of course. Just gonna sell the Kai'Sas off, just holding them to play other people. What's up, Romanovi? How's it going? How's it going? But yeah, I mean, great spot, especially if he can keep his streak. The only awkward thing is he has no items yet for Yasuo. Like I said, I haven't actually had a chance to play this augment yet, like in the broken version of it. So it should be a fun game to watch, because I don't even know like what's the highest prio item here. I'm looking at tactics.tools. It says if you filter out all the like radiant items, Hodge. It says Morello's is really good, but I think that's probably a low sample size thing. Hector's Vow, blue buff, Unblade Rabadons. It says damage items actually just do very, very well. I was thinking more of like BT Titans here, especially from his spot. I mean, I feel like having some kind of healing is probably very important. Yeah, and BT's fine. It does say Hodge is better though, which is interesting. Because I've seen people prioritize BT before over Hodge, so pretty interesting. The person's Ash 3 with no Ash augment, by the way. Pretty wild. I don't know why I lose when I play Underground. You probably die. I mean, you gotta pivot out of Underground. You play it, and then you get the biggest cash out you can, and then you pivot into another comp. It's a pretty difficult way to play the game, you know? Whereas, like, if you're just playing normally, then it's a lot easier. And the other like kind of rough thing about this spot is that he's already sent Last Whisper on Vayne. He's like partially down. I mean, he's not really down an item. Like this Last Whisper is gonna do work in the comp, but you'd much rather have like 2 Yasuo items here, than like a Vayne item and 1 Yasuo item. But okay, this is the position that he is in. I mean, the nice thing is that his entire board's 2-starred, and he's got a ton of HP because he win streaks super hard. Not easy to save HP. Yeah, it's I mean, it's like one of the most important things is like knowing how to save HP without ideally breaking your loss streak when you play Underground. The other nice thing is that he's hitting pretty hard as far as these supers go, at least. He's not playing Kale anymore. So like you have to play Yasuo, obviously, you have to play GP, obviously, and then theoretically the other duelist spots are flex. I mean, Fjord makes a ton of sense. He did end up cutting Neela just because like he's going to look for Fjord 3, probably, if he can find it. Another Yasuo. Can't really roll deep here. Nothing to hit yet. So we'll just chill. He has this TG that he's potentially sitting on, but I feel like JG... I mean, I've seen a lot of people prio JG decent. It looks like it's okay. I mean, it looks like normally you would want to build just like a death cap more so than a JG, which, you know, makes sense. Because Yasuo's not really getting AP from a ton of sources. But, I mean, overall, I mean, you know, you can't really take you can't really make a death cap here. Duelist +1. Is that good here? Like, obviously 6 duelist is a really big spike at 7. I guess it's your best spike here. I mean, it's actually not a great spike here, but it's going to be best later. Okay, does end up taking it. But yeah, I mean, you have to keep slow rolling here for everything. Ooh, okay. He's getting kind of close to stuff, but still, like, not at the point where I feel like it makes sense to just roll it down. Does some Lee Sin? Yeah, okay. And then, I mean, like, your level 7's really straightforward. You just gotta hit on 6. And then, once you've hit on 6, everything will be okay. But, I mean, 4 Yasuo's at 4-2, it's not great. On average, I feel like with 2-cost reroll, you really want to be hitting, like, normally be hitting mid-stage 4, or, like, at the latest, 5-1. And, I mean, he does have the econ, where if he just finds, like, 2 Yasuo's, he can just roll it down. The really nice thing about this spot is his HP, because at this point in the game, his board's pretty weak compared to a lot of other boards. Like, you see him just losing fights. But he started off the game with infinite HP, so he's not actually just going to, like, die. You know, if you played lose streak into this, and you were in this position, it would be very easy to just go bot 4, because you would go down to, like, 10 HP and then stabilize on, you know, Yasuo 3, but with, like, 10 HP, and it would feel really bad. Like, look at these losses. Man. Yeah, the comp is just not stable at all on Yasuo 2, which, you know, makes a ton of sense. You definitely need Yasuo 3, and I do think potentially these items are suboptimal. I don't know. JG, gotta be the best item that you can build from this spot. And if you can't get that, you could look for, like, a Vayne item potentially. Oh, wait. Okay, that was really weird, where he, like, walked around the JG for a second. You could look for, like, I don't know, an IE Vayne or something, which is, like, probably your second prio as far as itemization. I kind of want a tank item here. It looks like he's going to angle TG. It's for Fiora. Oh, okay. But yeah, I would definitely, like, prio a Malphite item here, something like that. Oh my god, he's one off Lee Sin 3. Yeah, okay, but now he's got this TG stuck on Fiora, and she's going to stay a Fiora 2 the entire game. I'm so shocked that he didn't prio a Malphite item here, and that he just prios Fiora item. I guess the idea is that, like, Fiora, if you hit Fiora 3, it'd be a lot tankier, but he's not hitting Fiora 3 this game at all. Like, Malphite 3 is surely better than Fiora 2. And he also, I'm interested, like, he's holding onto these veins, even though, like, obviously, like, he may have to, yeah, you just roll past the Fiora there. It's a little bit awkward how he's hitting, where, like, he hasn't, oh, I would even roll a 40 here, by the way, just to find, like, Lee Sin 3. It's only one fight, 49 HP. I think he makes the call that, like, he's fine. Even if he loses this fight pretty hard. But yeah, I mean, just goes to show, like, a playstyle difference, perhaps, between, like, Jazlatte and then, like, you know, before we've reviewed a lot of, like, players on the Chinese server, where, like, I feel like most players in China would definitely be rolling here just to stabilize and save HP. But, like, Jazlatte definitely plays a lot greedier, almost more like, maybe not NA style. I like this, rolling down a 40 here just to, because now you don't have bench space is the problem, so, like, imagine you hit an orb here that has Yasuo in it, like, you can't actually pick it up, which feels pretty bad, so he's just gonna have to explode him into gold. So yeah, that's a little bit rough, but it's okay. Is Fiora 2 with damage reduction from duelist better than Mal 3? I don't think so. That was my take, is, like, I don't really believe that. But maybe that is what he's thinking. Hila 2, I think it's just IE. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I mean, now he's in a very good spot. But yeah, like, I can't really imagine Fiora 2 with 10% damage reduction being better than Malphite 3. Because, like, Malphite 3 is just going to be a lot more tanky than 10%. The other thing is, like, you get the attack speed on Fiora, but, like, the attack speed on Fiora is, I don't think, that crucial. Okay, hits Malphite 3, beautiful. Now he can either think about pushing 8 or just rolling for Vayne 3. I mean, I feel like you're so close to Vayne 3, and also the fact that, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe going 8 does more than I give it credit for. But, I mean, the big thing is that he has hit everything, and he's 35 HP, so that it's more than enough HP to be stable and do a lot of work in this lobby. We'll see how high this comp can cap out compared to the rest of the lobby, because, my god, this Yasuo is doing work. Wouldn't it have been better to not buy Vayne and use money for the 2 costs? Well, I mean, not if he hits Vayne 3, right? If you can hit the 2 costs and hit Vayne 3, then surely you would, right? So yeah, he's actually going to roll to 0 here. Big for Vayne 3. I mean, I don't really think he's under pressure to roll here, but maybe he thinks, maybe the rest of the lobby's stronger than I think. As, like, he's rolling. I mean, I don't know. The board that he's fighting is pretty strong. So yeah, maybe he sees the rest of the lobby, like, this person hitting hard, know that, like, he's going to lose this fight. He's 35. He's going to go down to 20s. Okay. I mean, seeing that board now, I feel a lot better about this rolling because like he actually kind of does need to stabilize. Deathblade for Vayne is really good, and you're not far off Vayne 3. Goes Edge of Night on who? On Vayne? That was Edge of Night, right? Edge of Night Bel'Veth. There's Neela, but yeah, I don't actually think you make Neela here, which sort of begs the question, why is he holding these Neelas? But I guess like once you hit Vayne, then you can think about the Neelas. Oh, he's gonna remove her and put the Edge of Night on Yasuo. Wow. I've seen people prio Edge of Night before on the Yasuo unit, but never like this high. Actually just removing a Titans and putting Edge of Night here. Wow. I mean, Titans, definitely not BIS Vayne, but not bad. Pretty sick. Okay. I mean, yeah, he had the remover. So if you can find a better Yasuo at him there, it makes a lot of sense. Like, obviously, this Titans is a little bit suboptimal in Vayne. Okay, I don't know what he's rolling for now. He's rolling it to 0? What, to find a replacement Fiora so that he can move TG, maybe? Zephyr just saved Vayne from Gnar? Oh, I didn't catch that, but that is hilarious. Makes sense. You gotta be careful in those comps with, like, Blitzcrank hooks and, like, Zephyrs and stuff, because if you make the carry that you are trying to kill unkillable, it's kind of an issue. Man, the Edge of Night actually was super clutch in this fight versus MF ult. And yeah, I mean, when you look at this, I don't know if that was 2 MF players or the MF player's ghost, but like, I mean, when you look at the lobby that way, it almost feels like Edge of Night is very necessary here. What's the stats? Give me a little stat breakdown. Edge of Night, it's middling on Yasuo. This argument, it actually says it's got a positive delta, and that like it actually makes him weaker with Edge of Night compared to other things, which is kind of wild. Other Titans. Okay, so yeah, I'm assuming he's trying to move this to Malphite. Yeah, so I mean, okay, all I'm saying is I was kind of right in the end that putting items on Fiora was a little bit sus, but I mean, at the end of the day, he gets to move to Malphite. Wanting to deny Kaisa? There's 6. This guy's 6. But yeah, it could be. I think primarily he looks like he was rolling just to find another Fiora 2 so that he could replace it to get Malphite in. But I mean, denying Kaisa would definitely be nice. Ooh. But like, I think you just chill here. Ideally, you get like Alistar in, I guess. Not really sure what else you play. Look at this. He's doing the old school anti-hacker positioning, by the way. Oh my god. And then swaps it up at the last second. Moves to the other side. Oh my god. That was beautiful. He knew the Gnar player was actually going to see that positioning and position for him. That's some high-level stuff. So then he swaps to the other side, which is actually perfect versus them. Wow. That was actually so sick. Like, completely read that Gnar player like a book. I was just going to level for a Garen, which is just a fine unit to play. Doesn't actually have any synergies with the board. But yeah, that was... Oh my god. Yeah, that was straight up beautiful positioning. Like, that auto won him the fight, where he could have easily lost if he just stuck with that positioning that he had before. So, really, really cool stuff. Once you get into this MF matchup, but I do think the Edge of Night makes this really easy. That the MF can never one-shot the Yasuo, even with poor positioning, so makes a ton of sense. Can he win out? There's the Gadget team player. He's got a position for them again, and then I don't know what the last player is. Tabbed over them super fast. I mean, there's one full item here. I guess you're taking Declaw. You can't even put it on the Malphite, but you can just put it on Lee Sin. Looks good. Okay, it's this. Yeah, it's this Gnar player, and then I didn't see what the other player. Oh my god, they have Gadgeting Fiddlesticks. Kind of dope. And so now he gets to play the game of like, okay, am I going to like put him back there or not? And he ends up just frontlining the Vayne, making the call that the Gnar player is not going to swap their Gnar to frontline and then not hacker them, which would be a huge call to make. So beautiful dodges the Gnar again, and it's easy peasy. Wow, just 2 fights completely smurfs on the hacker player. Now all he has left is this one last board. Wow, actually hits Garen too, by the way. Nice. I mean, Garen is a very solid just frontline unit, and he kind of just only needs more frontline. It's the Kaisa board last, okay. But it's not a Kaisa... It's not Kaisa MF. Oh, there is just a 1-star MF on this board, but it's just Kaisa 3. They probably rolled deep at 7 and just didn't hit MF because it was contested. But still, I'd be surprised if this board can outcap this board, and it cannot. All right. That is a first from Jazlatte playing the Yasuo carry augment with Vayne 3. Really, really cool. game. Some really, really interesting decisions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thank you, thank you.